Oh, check that out. Let's unbox the SKMEI 2091, a viewer-suggested watch that you guys voted in as our next watch of the week. A big thanks to all of you who voted in this super close community poll, and for those who were hoping the Freestyle Shark would win, don't worry, this thing will get a chance to shine in the future. Now let's get into the SKMEI 2091. Instructions here. Wow, look at the back of those straps. And look at that beautiful design. Now, first things first, this watch looks like a combination of two existing watches, the G-Shock 2100 series, or Casioak, as well as a Patek Philippe Nautilus. You can really see the similarities between these designs. Now, I would, of course, love to hear what you think about watch brands copying each other's designs if you'd like to let me know below. But either way, I thought it was hilarious enough to make a meme about, as you can see here. And this one has been posted in our new Watch Memes channel on Discord. And this channel was inspired by gshock Macro, who has shared a bounty of hilarious memes with us. So come check it out. I'll leave a link for you in the description and at the end of the video. Now, all joking aside, since my favourite colour is blue, as you might have guessed, I went with this lovely black and blue colourway. But there are in fact a number of different cool colourways available if you'd like to get your hands on one. And if you do, I'll be leaving a link for the SKMEI 2091 for the best price I could find for you in the description below. Now, taking a closer look at this thing, I must admit that the picture that I purchased this watch from made the background look a little bit shinier than it actually is. What do you think? Is that more of a metallic blue, or do you think it's actually got some shine to it? Now, the next thing I want to tell you about is these straps. These things are just velvety smooth and are a consistency of rubber that I have never felt before, especially not on a Casio watch. Now, remember on my SKMEI 1628, which we reviewed here if you missed it, and actually I've got it on hand, although I have changed the strap since then to this combi bracelet, we noticed that SKMEI does tend to have much softer straps than usual, but this thing is in a whole league of its own, and I really can't explain to you how different it feels. And speaking of straps, we've got two keepers on the straps, which is very bizarre. I've never seen that before. Usually they are at least connected by, a little piece underneath here to sort of hold them together. But yeah, they are completely separate. And I wonder how that's going to go when we put it on my wrist. Over on the case back, nothing too crazy, although it is a little bit bulbous, isn't it? But I'm glad to see 5 ATM or 50 meters of water resistance. Now, the SKMEI 2091 is actually only my second ever analog watch on the channel, and my subscribers will know that based on my collection updates. I'm usually more of a digital guy, but luckily this bad boy features a little digital sub-display here, which I will be able to read when it's not being obscured by these hands. Now, there is the option to go with a negative digital display, as you may have seen in some of the colorways, but I went with positive not only to match the theme, but given what I've seen on SKMEI's negative displays, such as with the SKMEI 1988, which is here if you missed that review, the negative displays are okay, but at sort of extreme angles, they are a little bit difficult to read. Guys, oh my god, I just realized as these hands moved out of the way that the digital display is just displaying the date. It's actually not displaying the digital time as well, which is what I expected. So it looks like I am going to be forced to read the analog time over the next 1 week that I wear this watch. Now, if anyone owns the G-Shock 2100 series or the Casioak, can you let me know below? Does that watch show the digital time, or does it only show the date like this SKMEI does? Alright, now it's time to get this bad boy on for a wrist check, and let me tell you, I can't wait with these super comfy straps. So at the moment, we are wearing my Casio Duro MDV 106, and this is an absolutely amazing watch that I love to wear, and was my first ever digital watch. If you'd like to see our review and upgrade of this one, check it out here. Okay, these little keepers are honestly kind of hard to move. I think the rubber that they're made of just grips each other really well. So we'll tuck that through. That's fine. But yeah, a little bit tight. So there it is, guys. My wrist is 16.5 centimeters or 6.5 inches. What do you think about that size? I reckon it's pretty solid and suits the wrist size quite nicely. Bubble says to ram that like button. Well, Bubble's not actually here right now. My wife just took her down to the puppy park. But if she were here, I can assure you that she would be advising you to ram the like button. Now let's talk about the functionality of this watch, and I am so excited to figure out how it handles setting the time with these buttons. Normally, with an analog watch, you have to twist the crown in order to move the hands, alright? But given this has only got buttons, I'm wondering whether each time I adjust the time, whether it moves in 1 minute increments or whether I set the time and then it kind of scrolls there at once. So let's find out. I assume to set it, we hold this down. Oh! That was cool. Adelaide. Okay, let's just... Oh! Check that out. Yeah, so it moves all at once. Very cool. All right, so let's figure out what other modes we've got with this watch. We've got world time. Okay. Stopwatch. And you know me here at Goat Reviews, we are going to try and nail this on exactly 10 seconds. And if we do, you've got to like the video if you didn't already for Bubble. 8, 9, 10. 10:21. That's not that impressive. All right, keep moving. We've also got a timer, which is good to see. Looks like it's on 10 seconds by default. Awesome. Awesome. So it's using full use of the display there. And we've also got alarm 1. So what does that mean? We must have 2, 3 alarms, 4, 5 alarms. Very, very impressive there. That's good to see. And we are back to the time. Now, one thing I noticed as we're scrolling through there, check it out. So yes, we've got the date there, but if we press that just once more and go to world time, then we actually do have the option, as I was expecting, to have the digital time displaying there as the default. So I'll see how I go over the next week, but that may end up where I keep the display. And lastly, I do wonder if there is a backlight for this little digital display at least. So let's try pressing some of the buttons here. Yeah. Oh, hang on. Oh, there is. There is. Okay, I'm going to turn these lights off. Okay. Wow, so there's a bit of lume on the hands there, which is pretty cool. That is, you know, kind of a fleeting, bit of a flickery backlight there. Not the best. I'll have to experiment more at nighttime to see if it can get the job done. Now, as per the sacred tradition of Watch of the Week, I am indeed committing to wearing this watch for the next 7 days. So make sure you are a subscriber with notifications on so you don't miss it when I provide my 1 week update of what it's like to wear this watch. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the SKMEI 2091 and to know which colorway you'd choose if you decide to get one. Here's some more great content for you to watch next, and here's the link I promised to our Discord server with our brand new hilarious Watch Memes channel. Come and share a laugh. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next review.